Lack of Adoption of Unit of Measurement Libraries, Survey and Anecdotes by Omar Alfred Salah and Steve McKeever. We're interested in the tools and techniques for programming robustly with unit of measurements, partly due to our research interests at the Life Science Interface. So we're talking about issues such as the Mars Climate Orbiter that was lost due to its ground-based computer software producing output in imperial units when the satellite expected them in the metric system. In a previous study, we classified unit of measurement libraries found on open source repositories. A simple search found over 65,000 projects, of which 3,700 were actively developed libraries. And by further filtering, we arrived at 82 that represented the most prominent, covering many programming languages, as shown in the pie chart. A second study looked into how some of the most popular ones were implemented, and we discovered they all implemented versions of the quantity pattern, a compact representation enabling derived units, and not a large class hierarchy. Leading to this project, where we wanted to find out why there are so many libraries, no de facto standards, and so little evidence of adoption. Our study involved 4 interviews, 1 physicist at Uppsala, 2 Java unit library developers, and 1 functional programmer, along with a survey that had 91 respondents, mostly developers, with some team leaders and some managers too. We employed quantitative coding to extract main themes. A theme was deemed significant only if it was repeated as a concern between different interview subjects and questionnaire respondents. The full list is shown in the poster, but can be summarized as the following 3 categories. The first, ignorance and apathy. The second, technical internal factors. And the third, external factors. So let's consider each one separately. We were surprised by the lack of awareness of unit of measurement solutions, either libraries, programming languages, or component-based approaches. But there's also aspects such as a lack of units being used in the context, namely a lack of tradition, not invented here syndrome, and general indifference to the advantages that units of measurements can provide. There are technical internal factors. You need to learn another library. There are performance issues due to boxing values at runtime, loss of precision due to converting between unit systems, and some libraries were not always good at dealing with derived units. Finally, there are external factors. They're difficult to use. Each unit annotation can take 2 minutes to perform. Integration with the ecosphere. There's no point in having units in your programming language if your database doesn't support them. And finally, they compete with testing. So to summarize, unit libraries need to be simple, idiomatic with the programming language, provide meaningful error messages, and operate over multiple underlying number representations. More succinctly, unit of measurement types need to be as easy to use as arithmetic types, or at least as close as possible to ensure adoption. This implies some kind of sugaring or IDE support for the situation to change. Thank you very much for listening.